Hello, very good morning and welcome to Athavan newspaper highlights. Today, Thursday, 29th of September 2016. This is Edward with highlights of today's English newspapers. As usual, we have three newspapers for the highlights: Daily Mirror, Daily News and Ceylon Today. Firstly, let's have a look on the Daily Mirror. Drought affects over 85,000 people. More than 85,000 people in 6 districts have been severely affected by the drought prevailing across the country, the Disaster Management Centre said yesterday. Assistant Director of the DMC, Pradeep Kodipalli, said Polanaruva, Trincomalee, Ampara, Kurunegala, Batticaloa and Hambantota districts are the most affected districts by the drought. He said divisional secretaries are coordinating to provide drinking water by distributing water in bowsers to the people in the affected areas. According to the DMC statistics, about 70,000 people belonging to 16,000 families have been affected in the Polanaruva district, while 7,100 people in Trincomalee and 7,700 people in Kurunegala district had also been affected. Mr. Kodipalli said about 50,000 families in Kaluthura district had been affected as the sea water had mixed up with fresh water. Another MP arrested. NFF MP Jayantha Samaraweera arrested over alleged misuse of state vehicles. National Freedom Front MP Jayantha Samaraweera was arrested by the Financial Crimes Investigation Division yesterday on charges of misusing vehicles belonging to the government. MP Samaraweera arrived at the FCID yesterday morning after being summoned to give a statement in connection with alleged misusing of state vehicles when he was the chairman of the Housing Development Authority during the previous regime. Many politicians and officials haven't identified their duties. Many politicians and public officials in the country have not identified their duties and responsibilities properly, and in many instances, they do what is unnecessary while ignoring what is necessary, President Maithripala Rajapakse charged yesterday. Addressing the inauguration of the 2-day forum entitled International Conference on RTI, Sri Lanka and Media Reforms yesterday at the JAIC Hilton, President Rajapakse went on to say that though the RTI was a right of reach and every citizen, the previous regime did not introduce legislations to make it law despite continuous demands by civil organizations, NGOs, political parties and the public. Woman shot dead, 3 injured in Villafana. A 38-year-old woman was killed and 3 others including a child were injured when they were shot by gunmen who stormed a house at the 5th milepost in Villafana yesterday evening. CB's protest confirms Northern people given equal rights. Protest staged by Northern Province Chief Minister CB Vigneswaran is a sign that the country had gone in a positive direction, as it had clearly shown that the Northern people had been given the right to protest just like those in the South, a government MP said yesterday. UNP Colombo District MP Mujibur Rahman told a media briefing that the protest had confirmed that the people in the Northern are being given equal rights. The Northern people did not have the right to protest in the past, but today they have been given that right. This is why the Northern Province Chief Minister had taken to the streets without fear, he said. Secondly, let's move to Daily News. Following FR filed by Mahanama teacher, former principal, teacher ordered to pay compensation. Case of sexual abuse and harassment caused to the petitioner. The Supreme Court yesterday ordered the former principal of Mahanama College and a teacher to personally pay a sum of 100,000 each as compensation to a lady teacher. The bench comprised Chief Justice K. Siripavan, Justice Upali Abeyaratna and Justice Anil Kunaratna. The order follows a fundamental rights petition filed by Manohari Pelakettiya, a graduate teacher serving as a teacher of Eastern music at Mahanama College, Colombo 3. NGOs media too should be accountable and transparent. President. The need for transparency and accountability not only in government but also in non-governmental organizations and the media was stressed by President Maithripala Rajapakse at the International Conference on Right to Information held yesterday. Inputs of all needed to reach goal towards zero hunger. Chandrika. A new structure should be designed to bring in a wide segment including the NGOs, international institutions and civil society to make the zero hunger and improved nutrition program a success. Lead convener and chair South Asia Policy and Research Institute and former President Chandrika Bandaranaike Kumaratunga said she made these observations delivering the keynote address during the inauguration ceremony of the Strategic Review Progress Leading to Zero Hunger in Sri Lanka held at the BMICH Banquet Hall yesterday. Finally, let's move to Ceylon today. Non-declaration of assets. MR's security chief granted bail. Colombo Chief Magistrate Jihan Pilapitiya yesterday released on bail the joint opposition and SLFB Kurnagala District MP Mahinda Rajapaksa's main security officer Major Nebili Vaniyarachi. Vaniyarachi, who was arrested by the Bribery Commission and produced in court on charges of having allegedly failed to disclose his earnings and assets over a 5-year period, was however yesterday released by the Colombo Chief Magistrate on bail in 10,000 rupees cash and 2 personal bonds of 1 million rupees each. High Court permits Yoshitha to travel abroad. Colombo High Court Judge AAR Hayanduduva yesterday granted Yoshitha Rajapakse permission to travel to Melbourne for treatment for an injury sustained in a rugby match. The judge permitted Rajapakse to be out of the country for 1 month and ordered that his passport, which had been impounded by the court, be released to the suspect. Yoshitha Rajapakse is currently on bail in a case filed in the Kaduwala Magistrates Court where he is alleged to have misappropriated public funds when operating the CSN network. MP Samaravira remanded. Alleged involvement in misuse of vehicles. Legal action against 56 Mossy breeders. Legal action is to be taken against 56 persons who were found to have mosquito breeding grounds in their premises on the first day of the National Dengue Control Week, which was launched in the Colombo and Jaffna districts, according to the Ministry of Health. Then let's come to an end of today's paper highlights. We will come with more news tomorrow morning. Thanks for listening to Athavan Newspaper Highlights.